welcome to this Strand Designer 2 development update. When you load this up, I will be actually giving this to test to my Discord peoples, and there's a limit to how many Discord peoples I'm going to allow. So get there early. I'll put a link somewhere, or I'll maybe leave it for you to find it through the ArtStation link. There'll be a blog, and if you read the full blog, it will take you to the Discord link. That way I know that you're really interested in it. I don't want to flood the Discord with too many people that are maybe, not really familiar with this. So, without further ado, you'll see when you open this, it says a sneak peek of Strand Designer 2. It should be considered ready for use for production and more for testing feedback. There's a lot of features missing, so let's get to it now. You can select the strand now by clicking this little dot here. If you use control, you can move the strand around. You can grab it from the top. At the minute, I might make it so that you actually grab it from the center. But anyway, not only can you use this to make hairs, you can do some cool stuff. And I was thinking, I could use this to do some like 2D type malarkey with it. So I could use the thickness here, make it quite thick. And you can kind of treat these like curves in a way. And when I do bring in the ability to edit the node points manually, then you could really do loads of stuff with this. But for now, yeah, basically you use control itself. You don't need the mouse button. You just use control and you can move this around wherever you want. And if you use shift, you can rotate it. But I was thinking, why can't I use this to make a little kind of character or something? So I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with this. And it'd be cool to see if anybody makes like something with this, like a little silhouette character. It was just a thought that I had, and I'm just gonna explore it because that's the kind of guy I am. So I'm gonna copy the settings from this one, click on that, and then paste it there, right? And then I can use my control to move this around. And just now it looks like a little pair of eyes. But you just have to imagine how that looks without these. I'll maybe have the ability to switch these on and off, but this is all kind of me debugging things. Right, so what can I do with this? What can I make? Let's start with the arm. And then, yeah, click this one. Shift rotate. Looks like a little sad face. Copy, paste. Bear in mind I've only got 16 things to play with. And I'm only using one strand, but yeah, here I'm making a kind of face. Copy, paste. You can let your kids play with this if you want. And see how intuitive it is. You know, whether you like to move things around with this and rotate, it's up to you, but I'm using the control and shift keys, and the X position rotates, and it's just a way of getting used to the interface as well. I'm not even used to my own interface. Okay, oops, just be careful when you press that again. It's a little bit cumbersome to use the rotation at the minute. I will make it so that a little gizmo appears. Ideally that you rotate from that. That'll be a bit better, but this is a good way to research and dev. So I'm going to copy that one to 6, and I think I made a little kind of flower shape. Let's see, copy, paste. Yeah. Let's change the number of strands up. Let's bring the tapering right in, and then the spacing out, and I can make a kind of circle shape. Rotate that around. Yay! I got a little flower thing. Let's click on, click on 3, increase the length. Let's make it more wavy. Not only for hair strands, I should call it Silhouette Designer or something. make a little leaf. So I'm going to just start a new strand, I guess. Change the length. Increase the thickness. What thickness is here? Let's do a little wave on it, maybe a bit more frequency. Lengthwise, make it shorter. And I want to copy that to new strand. And it's got mixed up a bit. The randomizations just gave it a different look. Let's copy 2 to 9, so copy, I don't know if I've used 9 yet, I've used 9 to 10, paste. I got that there. Okay, so there's a few ideas with that, spacing wise, strands. Ooh. Length. Rotation. Tapering in the root. Not so much in the tip. Copy that. Let's paste it into 1. Needs rotated back. And into 4. I think I'll have a little button that tells you, whether to copy the rotation, the position, so maybe a little highlight, rotation, position, any other kind of things that you can enable and disable that it copies and pastes. That way it doesn't have to paste everything. So number 6, paste. Yeah, because just now it's changing the rotation as well, and it'd be good if it didn't have to do that. So nice. Click on 5, click on paste, and then I'll have the shortcut keys like Control C, Control V, just things that your muscle memory is used to. Number 2, paste. You can see that when I make a change to a previous set, it changes the other sets. Now, oops, I was wondering if that is that the button there for it? 9, I think it is. So shift that around, rotate, shift, rotate, control. Yeah, a bit unintuitive those. Change the frequency. It's really cumbersome to use at the minute, but it's kind of fun trying to get used to that. Now I can see that the strands actually hide the little identifiers there, so that's a bug that I can fix for sure. Oops. And there's no undo. There's definitely no undo. So Control Z does nothing. Control Z just clicks on frizz. Because I press Z. Loads of bugs, loads of things still to do. 9. And if I press space, I can jiggle up this little plant, get little variations. It's pretty cool, right? I guess I could take this into Photoshop now. Make the background black. Shame I just can't hide all these buttons. I guess I could make up another strand that hides them, but I'll add that into the next build, and that'll be cool. Add whether to copy the sets and then make sure these are all drawn on top. It would be so much better to have more sets as well. I think 16 is a little limiting, especially for this kind of thing, but if I now take a screenshot of that, And I'll just jump into Photoshop. Got Photoshop open here. Okay. 256, I don't think so. More like it. Okay. And before you know it, I've done some art. So if you're not artistic and you want to make something cool like this, you can do it quite easily. I feel like the Bob Ross of technical art. And there you have a shape you can use. Let's do some stuff with this. Let's do filter, stylize oil paint. You know, that will tidy up the edges. So it's my favorite thing to use in Photoshop, to be honest. You can change the scale of that, and if I do OK, it cleans everything up so much. Look at this. So that's the before and that's the after. How good is that, right? And then I guess I could take a copy of this, do a filter and a little bit of blur. Just a little bit. Right, and I can then change the document size to a square, so 930, 930. Let's just change the background so it's black. I don't know if you can guess what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to open Mixer. Well, that's getting set up, and then change this image size to 1024. Nice power of 2. Nearest neighbor hard edges. No, I don't think so. Image size 1024. Better for enlargement. Okay. Right, and I'm just going to levels adjust that just a little bit to make sure I'm not near the edges. Right. What? Not seen this before. Don't want to save in the cloud. Desktop, PNG, HSD, flower font. Flower font. Right, mixer should be ready, so I'm just going to do a new mix. HSD flower one. Okay, and then I'll bring in a paint layer. Choose displacement. Load my desktop image. So you can see where this hair strand designer tool is going to be used for more than just doing hair. Alright, so it's a little noisy, but you can change the strength of that there so it's not as bad. Tim, you've got your layers mixed into this. So we can go ahead and add a base layer. I don't know if I've got any grass or anything. Let me get some grass. Let's add this one. From below, that's the height we want. Let's just add a solid color. Solid color would be like a dark green. And then that can be there. And then if we add another something like that. From above. From above, wrap the base. I'm just having fun here. So if I add that, I can see it a bit better. Displacement, strength. Pretty nice, eh? Pretty nice. So change the radius of stuff. guess I could add another thing here. Radius to base. Guess because this might be kind of high or something. From below threshold. That's kind of odd. Maybe from above. I expect to see it here because it should be overriding this. Maybe I had a wrap to base. It didn't allow that. Let's try from below again. There we go. Radius. I have no idea what I've actually made here, but it just goes to show you can make these nice little geometric style alphas for a displacement. Let's just duplicate this layer. Control D, and what they need is the ability to rotate this. Don't think we can rotate it yet. That's a little interesting, but I guess you could like draw displacement if you load the image there. I can plop a few of these down. Oh, I want to draw up the way. You have to have full screen to see some of the features as well. There's a few things needing fixed. That size, opacity. Hee little baby flowers. Pretty cool. Get rid of that one. You get the idea that you can use Strand Designer for making little stamps, stencils, if you like, and yeah, that's one of the little things that I was always wanting to do with it. Be able to make little, you know, anything with it really. I guess that's the kind of wrap it up type end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed that little fun tutorial of using Strand Designer to make flowers or stencils, I guess.